Evening, y'all. It's Josh from PokeJacks. Hopefully you've been having a terrific week. I know I haven't posted much of anything. Life happens. You guys know I'm in the military, so I had to take care of some military business. But when I would be coming home, I would say 10 o'clock or 2200 for us military folk, I would start grinding away at orders. And it has been a busy week with orders for some reason. Between TCG Player and the website, I would say the last 4 days, the business has made about $4,000. Well, for that we haven't made. We've sold $4,000 worth of product, which is awesome for not for PokeJacks. A lot of the business, like I said, predominantly comes from Jacksonville. However, I've been getting a few more sales outside the state of Florida. A lot of sales at TCG Player. A lot of singles I've been selling. Some of the ancillary products, like I said, during DJ's interview was, a lot of those ancillary products sell more on TCG Player than what I'm selling on my website. So I'm going to take advantage of it. If that's, people are going to pay the market price at TCG Player. I'm going to put it on there. Yep, they'll take 12%. However, I'm still making a profit off of that based off what I'm paying for at the distribution price selling it on TCG Player. So check out 94pokejacks.com. I promise you, most of my prices are either market or close to distro price. Like I said, most times I lose money, but I definitely take advantage of the TCG Player when people are buying it pretty high in the market value. When I know what I get it from distro, definitely going to take advantage of that because all the money goes back into the business. Still haven't really touched too much with Azure Lane 2. I know that was kind of a hot topic Rudy talked about, but I haven't made a whole lot of progress with that. So, I put it on TCG Player Market. Obviously, it's not going to sell at the market price because it's actually selling lower than market price, which is fine. Maybe something I'll sit on. Nikki Girls has done pretty good. TCG Player and my website, their price is about the same, but I'm breaking even or I'll lose like $1 or $2. That's my opinion. I'm cool with that. Paying with distribution price. Just keep on feeding them and getting what I can get. It's just getting difficult now with distribution and trying to find products that would sell. That's the hard part. I've kind of tapped into the region of there's not a whole lot of things I know I could purchase that may be worth selling on the site or even on TCG Player. Because I'll see what distribution price is. I'll go on TCG Player, do the math. Am I going to break even? Well, I'll make a couple bucks. Well, I'll lose a couple bucks. Well, if it works out, I'll do it. If it doesn't make sense, it's not worth the effort. But hopefully, some things will come in with distribution that I could use to kind of build more profit or at least break even and keep that spend credit rolling. But I'm in a tough time, in my opinion, that, I'm having a hard time finding things I think people would want to buy. I really wish TCG Player would put Cookie Run on there. So it's like this, it's a weird cult game. And I've seen what I've typically bought of it to kind of, get that spend credit rolling. It's sold. It's just very difficult. But there is a following. It's just reaching out to those folks, to know who I am. Luckily, I found a couple of folks out there that were interested via Facebook. We talked over some emails. You can kind of gain that trust, that brand. And I was like, hey, you buy them, I'll ship them for free. I think I made like $2 or $3 on each one after shipping, which is, totally fine. Not here to make $1 million, here to build that distribution credit and get more Pokemon TCG. I really wish my distro had One Piece or Dragon Ball Z or Gundam, Godzilla, some other TCGs out there. Like I said, I can't get Wakana. I don't have a Play Store. I can't get Riftbound. Don't have a Play Store. So there's definitely some disadvantages of being an online store. But yeah, check it out. Azure Lane 2. Like I said, this is what was a big hit with Rudy. Whoa! Quick catch. Your reset. And then, where are you at? Oh, there's you. Nikki Girls. Like I said, this one goes pretty well at TCG Player. So, except I think I break even after, sometimes I break even depending on where I'm shipping to. Sometimes I lose $2 to $3. big whoop. I'll take it on the chin. Like Pokemon Legos, they're like I got a bunch of Sylveon right now. It's hit or miss. I did find a gentleman here in Jacksonville that was looking for things for donations to children's hospitals. He reached out to me. I was like, hey, if you come pick them up, I'll sell them to you right at distro price. And he came out and grabbed a whole bunch of stuff. I bought some Jurassic Park stuff, some dinosaurs, a bunch of things. I was like, hey, I can get all this other items if you, would like to get it. And, told me to order it. I got it. And it went to a good cause. I didn't charge MSRP or anything. He would have charged, would have had to pay at a Target or something to get some, brand new toys out there for, good purpose. So I was like, hey, I'll offer it to you at at distro price. It's going to a really good cause. And I know it's going to a good cause. This guy's a good guy. He's retired military as well. So, whatever I can do to, help out military and, do a good cause for folks. That's what it's about. Pokemon models. I ordered a couple. I really thought, there it is. Sorry. I really thought the Mewtwo's would have went well. Yeah, they didn't. So he did buy a couple of these for the kids and a couple of the Pikachus. Like I said, I sell these typically by it comes in, basically it's 3 packs of these, so you get 6 Pokeballs. I've sold a couple of those. Gengar Binder's kind of lost its fizz. It had a good run for a while, but like I said, it just, once you kind of see it start turning down, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is not working. And the Charizard binders out here, they move pretty good, but a lot of the stuff in there, at least on the site, I've marked it way down past MSRP, and a lot of the binders is free shipping. So, basically making $2 a sell in profit, which is fine because everything goes right back to distribution. I did put another slab up, the Lance's Charizard from Celebrations, PSA 9. It's going to start putting some more higher end singles. So the Charizard Inferno X sold, and the Mewtwo, the one I had on there for light play, sold. What I'm thinking about incorporating into the website is digital. What's it called? A digital AI company. I think it's like it's a grader. I think that's the name of the company, but it grades cards. I've seen a lot of good reviews. Typically, whatever the number is pretty much in the range of what PSA grades. So I've seen a lot of 9.5s be 10s. Anything lower than 9.5, it can be between 9 and 10, etc. So I think that'll kind of help me make sure I'm grading cards correctly, putting them on my website. I use TCG Player as a standard, and if I don't feel it's near mint, I put LP. If I don't feel like it's LP, I go I try not to leave much room for interpretations. Like if I feel like this is an MP and it looks like an MP, it's an MP. Near mint. If you look at the PSA grading scale, you got gem mint, you got mint, and near mint, right? So we got basically 9 through 7, 9 through 8 is that buffer range. I try to look at it that way for like TCG Player, and then kind of incorporate where LP would be at a PSA grade, MP at a PSA grade, and HP, and etc. I'm definitely tired. It's been 4 a.m. mornings till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Take a quick nap, go shower, take a quick nap, and rinse and repeat this week. But luckily, we're done. Been a rough week. I was not anticipating that many sales, but I'd get home, check the email on the way home. I'm like, get home, get everybody taken care of, get the kids, wife, everybody put to bed, and time to get a pack in. So had 2 packs a day. Packed up some mini 10s, 151. I knew they would sell pretty quick. I sold them at $20 a 10, which I think market price ranges between 24, 26, depending on the character. I just put on the site varies, but just what I'm going to order 4. I had 4 different ones, so I put 4 different mini 10s in there. Also, Nikki Girls, like I said, it sells pretty well. Other than that, yeah, that's about it. Probably not the best video. See, trying to get some content out there. Like it's been a long week. Haven't posted much. Probably the algorithm hates me. Is what it is. But yeah, keep on trucking. Do appreciate a little shout out to DJ's Poke Center. Appreciate the shout out, man. Much love, much appreciation. If you haven't checked him out yet, DJ's Poke Center. He's on YouTube. He's got a website too. He's the real McCoy, in my opinion. I'm in the process of saying like, hey, I want to rebrand myself. What originally I intended this YouTube channel to be was a process of where I started. Where I'm at, and as I grow, where am I going? And I was not expecting distribution as quick as I got it. With that said, it kind of threw off my wrench and threw my plan off of how I want to do videos. And I'm not great at content, but that was my plan. And getting distro early kind of, I don't know, just messed it up. I don't know. I've been selling Japanese, Korean, and simplified Chinese for a while. And that was kind of going to be the journey. Like, hey, this is like baseline. This is how it started. And would progress into distribution. And when I actually got it, I was shocked. So, but yeah, off topic. Check out DJ Poke Center. Great dude. His prices are extremely fair. Look him up. Appreciate you, DJ. Y'all have a great Friday, and I'll chat with y'all later.